Got to take one shot into the end zone or check the ball down and make it a little closer field goal. We certainly can't let anybody get behind us in that situation. I just thought we showed some lack of awareness there.
What do we expect in the second half?
Well, we're going to play hard, and we're going to continue to do the things we're doing well and fix the things we're not doing well.
All right, good luck, Coach, in the second half. Sam?
Thanks very much, Chris. And the Vikings will receive to start the second half. Randy Moss with a quiet first half. Cowboys did a good job taking him out of the picture, but the Vikings have made adjustments, Bill.
Well, there's not many adjustments they can make unless they come out of the cover two, they being, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. That's what's taking Randy Moss out of the picture. But the things they have done well is they've regained the time of possession, and they've made plays with everybody else. They've got Weldy Moore involved. They got Mo Williams involved. They got the other receivers involved.
Billy Cundiff kicks off. Ontario Smith from the 1. And good play by Keith Davis. Backup safety down in a hurry, fought off the block and stopped Ontario Smith. First half, this was a big play after a 21-play drive. A field goal attempt was fumbled by the snapper, the rookie, Matt McBriar. The Vikings came right back and got the long 63-yard pass and run. Ontario Smith on the reception. And then later on, a nice pass from Dante Culpepper to Marcus Robinson made it 14-3. But what Mike Tice was talking about, Terry Glenn got open behind the cornerback, Russian Jones, and the Cowboys scored late. On first down, Mo Williams bouncing off one man, gets up to the 25-yard line. Good pickup by the veteran Mo Williams, his 9th year in the NFL.
Well, take a look here at the numbers of the first half, and this really jumps out at you by the Cowboys. 202 yards passing by Vinny Testaverde. I mean, they're just huge numbers. And if you look, I think Antonio Bryant has, what, 74 yards, Sam, already?
Yeah, it's had a good first half.
And the thing about it is, that plays into their game plan changing by losing Ken Irvin on defense. They knew to go after him. And a lot of those balls have been thrown at Russian Jones.
Two tight ends in. Jermaine Wiggins shifts. The draw play to Ontario Smith. It was piled up, but he takes it outside with good speed. Gets a first down. He's out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Pete Hunter chased him out, but a nice play by Ontario Smith.
Well, I don't know if you can find him. I mean, look what happens on the draw play when he runs behind this mammoth offensive line. He actually takes the handoff, and he gets into the line of scrimmage, and he kind of disappears. Look at these guys. They're looking for him. Where is he? Where is he? Then by the time he gets out, he's got the speed and elusiveness. He'll turn the corner and be gone.
He averaged 5.4 yards per carry last season as a rookie. 5 carries, 23 yards thus far in the game. First down. The play fake, Culpepper, plenty of time. Deep over the middle for Randy Moss, but it's underthrown.
Whoa.
And for you fantasy players, checking in on the players in this game, Vinny Testaverde, 202 yards and a touchdown. Dante Culpepper, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dante has run for 26. Eddie George, 25 yards. Ontario Smith with the reception and a touchdown. Terry Glenn, 50 yards and a touchdown on 2 catches. 4 wide receivers in for the Vikings. Empty backfield. They've split Kleinsasser, the tight end, out to the right as well. On second down, blitz coming. Quick release to Kleinsasser. First down pickup into Cowboys territory to the 46-yard line. Tony Dixon made the stop, but Kleinsasser wide open again over the middle.
Well, empty backfield. If you go blitz, here's Kleinsasser. Now here's the linebackers blitzing. If you go blitz, that leaves him uncovered. And you saw the blitz adjustment. That's called the hot route. That's just a little slant pattern right across the middle of the field. It's always good for 7.
This time was good for 18 as Kleinsasser rumbled to the 46. And the Vikings on the move again. Randy Moss is to the left side with 2 tight ends in. Culpepper again with plenty of time, and he goes deep again for Randy Moss. And a flag on the play. It's interference. There were 3 Cowboy defenders around Randy Moss.
And they needed all 3 of them to pass interfere with him. Otherwise, it was going to be 6 points for the Vikings. I believe Dixon is the one that is going to be called on.
Interference. 31 of the defense. Automatic first down.
Roy Williams.
Here's Dixon's the one that's got his hand up on him. That's where it's Dixon's the one. But you know what? The umpires and referees and field judges and back judges, they're all back there. They see 3 white jerseys around Randy Moss. It could have been any one of them.
42-yard penalty. Vikings first and goal at the 3. Mo Williams in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in. Culpepper checking off at the line.
See, when they got these 3 receiver sets right there, they're good at running the football in it.
Fakes. Dante wants to run. Rolling, faking, and throwing it away. One thing that Culpepper does very well is a quarterback draw in that close to the goal line setup. Randy Moss upset with Terrence Newman.
Well, these 2 have been battling all day, and Randy Moss hasn't had the opportunity.
Oh, that's what he's upset about. Whoa, what's that all about?
Well, that's again when I go back to tell you that when the quarterback scrambles, once he takes off in a scramble mode, there is no pass interference. You know, you can block. They're just like blockers, offensive linemen. You can try to get rid of them, put them to the ground.
Culpepper rolling, throwing, and it's caught. Was he in the end zone?
I believe he was.
Yes, touchdown, Randy Moss.
The one thing you don't want to do, young Terrence Newman, is wake a sleeping bear.
He gave him the goal line. Moss took it.
Moss took it with a lot of anger over the last play, too. Watch that. See that little hands there? See the little push off by Randy Moss? Right at the back. He goes right into Terrence Newman and uses an old veteran move and gets that separation to come back inside of the goal line.
41st career touchdown hookup between the pair of Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
You had him lulled to sleep.
Morton Anderson's kick is good. The Vikings have opened up a 21-10 lead. Culpepper has 3 touchdown passes. Moss just inside the goal line. Would not be denied by Terrence Newman. And the Vikings have an 11-point lead.
Oh, yeah!
Cadillac STS. There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on the first battery-powered shaving system from Gillette and turn on the amazing new Power Glide blades. Micropulses raise the hair so you shave closer in one power stroke. Feel the power of the world's best shave. For maximum power, change the battery every 6 months. New M3 Power from Gillette. Cadillac STS.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Cadillac. Bold vehicles defying convention.
Connection there between Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss. They're playing together like family. There's good chemistry there. Anderson's kickoff taken by Rashard Lee. He's got a good hole. Lee with a big return. Only Anderson to beat. He was slowed down by Morton Anderson and taken down at the 30-yard line. The first-year man out of Middle Tennessee State, Rashard Lee, on the practice squad last year, is stopped at the 31 by Antoine Winfield. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. Morton Anderson got in the way, slowed him down. Otherwise, he was gone.
That was a speed bump.
The new Cadillac STS.
Cold hard fact. Other beers are shipped warm in trucks. Coors Light is always shipped cold. Why? Because we know you love cold beer. Coors Light, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
This place is a palace. Ours is a pit. Really nice offices.
Merci.
Our computers are bigger.
Our computers are smaller.
Smaller.
And they're twice as fast as the old ones.
Twice as fast. How'd you get those?
We dumped the big old ones on the New York office. Which office are you guys from?
We're from the New Jersey. Jersey.
Big productivity, small size. The IBM Ultra Small Desktop, featuring the Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology.
Hey, Mom. Remember when you told me to let you know if I needed anything back at school? Well, there's a couple of things.
They grow up so fast.
He's grown up? More people use Sprint PCS Vision picture phones than any other to easily share unlimited pictures. Now get 2 for $49.98. Sprint PCS. Now that's better.
The new Cadillac STS.
On the special teams, you've got to stay in your coverage lanes. Right here, the young rookie gets out of it, Rod Davis, and right there, 59, Natil goes around the blocker. You have to stay in your coverage lanes and go through the blocker. You can't take a side.
It was a 62-yard return, and right back is Rashard Lee to take it down to the 18-yard line. Nice run by Lee, 13 yards. And we've got an injured player. It looks like the right guard, Andre Gerard. Oh, that would be a huge loss. The right guard is hurt. They do have Matt Lair dressed as a backup. We'll be back.
Units per transaction, then we could up the margins by a very sizable
Cliff? Yeah. I have a letter from the CEO at Sanders. Let me read some of it. 1,200 separate shipments, national rollout, everything arrived on time. I was asking for a miracle, and you delivered. Thank you.
UPS delivers more packages on time than anyone.
Everyone, my office.
You too, Sam.
UPS. What can Brown do for you?
If you talk on the phone as much as I... Hold on. Hello? Yeah. Can I call you back? Okay. Singular has a plan. Mom? Hi. No way. Yeah. As I was saying.
At Singular, get our best deal ever. 1,000 nationwide anytime minutes, including rollover. Just $39.99. Hurry in and get a new Motorola camera phone.
I call it my... I gotta take this plan.
Come in to find out how Singular fits you best.
At the Metrodome, Cowboy right guard Andre Gerard injured on the play. Bill Parcells, I spoke with him at halftime. He was very excited the way his offense was moving the ball. So he thinks that we'll see Vinny throwing a little bit in the second half. He thinks he can keep up scoring with the Minnesota Vikings. He was concerned not only about Moss, but also Dante Culpepper running the football. He said he can't have that. And on the botched hold by his punter, McBriar, for the field goal attempt, Parcells was visibly upset, said, look, it's all my fault. I take responsibility. I should know better than to have a punter as a holder. Sam?
Thank you, Chris. Bill Parcells looks on. Andre Gerard looks like a left knee injury, being helped to the sideline. Matt Lair, who started all 16 games last season at center, comes in to play right guard. He's a fourth-year man out of Virginia Tech. So we'll see how the offensive line goes. That last carry was the first NFL carry by Richard Lee. He picked up 13. The Cowboys are 1st and 10 at the Vikings 18-yard line. Richard Lee finds the hole, gets through. Another good gain by the first-year man out of Middle Tennessee State, who was a quarterback in high school.
Boy, oh boy, Sam, that left side, when they want to pick up some yards, look at what Flozell Adams and Larry Allen do. They just get that double team. Then Larry Allen gets up on the linebacker. You talk about a mismatch.
Cowboys hurry to the line of scrimmage. On first down, Richard Lee went right and didn't get all that much. Strung out well by the Vikings. They better keep going left.
Well, yeah, and not outside, because every time they try to go outside, Sam, the Vikings have the speed of linebacker to get there. But what they can't contend with is the power if you go right at them. The big runs have come with Richie Anderson. They've come with Eddie George, and Richard Lee, and they've been right at the gut, the heart of the Minnesota defense.
Darian Barnes is in at fullback on 2nd and goal from the 8. Richard Lee, there's a good hole. He's in.
There it is.
Touchdown.
Yahtzee.
What a series for Richard Lee. A 62-yard kickoff return, and then 3 outstanding runs for his first NFL touchdown.
You know, don't you like when you get a little sequence going and you're talking about a guy and things work well and go, you can't run outside, you have to run in the middle, and you got to run behind Larry Allen. Take a close look at big number 73. There's the double team. Then he gets up on the linebacker, E.J. Henderson, and drives him into the end zone.
Wow, that's some great blocking up front. Tony Romo is the holder. Billy Cundiff puts it away, and the Cowboys answer right back. Cowboys scored at the end of the first half. Vikings scored to start the second half. The Cowboys answer back. We've got quite a game here in the Metrodome. It's 21-17.
This Carolina defense has got to put the pressure on quarterback Tom Brady. This team is... Come on, get the ball, get the ball, get off the run, they're passing, they're passing.
Hey, Steve. Hey, anything else today?
No thanks.
I'll see you tomorrow.
With more ways to use us than ever before, the entire U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Fox Tuesday on Trading Spouses. The brat is back. Can the new mom make it through the week?
You rude, horrible person.
Plus, the two moms face off in the dramatic conclusion.
What'd you think of my husband?
trading spouses. Meet your new mommy. All new at 8 Fox Tuesday, followed by the next great champ.
Kickoff weekend in the NFL. Vikings and Cowboys locked in a good one. Sam Rosen, Bill Moss, Chris Myers at the Metrodome. And Billy Cundiff set to kick off. Coming down to Ontario Smith from the 15. He finds a lane, slips a man, and a good return up to the 39-yard line. 24-yard return. Unlikely heroes. How about in his NFL debut, Rashard Lee, first-year man out of Middle Tennessee State, was on the practice squad late last year. 62-yard kickoff return, then 4 carries for 31 yards, and the touchdown run of 7 yards. That's a nice series.
You know, Bill Parcells says he reminds him of Ontario Smith. Same numbers, same size, same kind of vision and explosion.
Culpepper, plenty of time off the play fake. Nobody open. Dropped it off Jermaine Wiggins, who played with Carolina in the Super Bowl last season.
You know, Jermaine Wiggins is a new wrinkle for this offense. Last year, they kept the fullback on this offense, and this year, they got rid of him. They said, heck, we only used him a couple times during the whole entire season. So Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator, says, you know what? I'm going to have an H-back. And they kept some guys. They got Jermaine Wiggins in there. They got Richard Owens in there. And what it does is it makes it difficult for you defensively to declare a strength of field by the tight end.
Ontario Smith cutting it up. Ran into Brady James after an 8-yard pickup to the 47-yard line.
And that was right there in that play. Okay, here's Kleinsaucer, your tight end. He's going to be over here. He's 40. He's your tight end. Now here's your H-back. He's in motion. But where are you going to declare strength? Is it always going to be to Kleinsaucer? Well, maybe sometimes it's not, because look where they come back over here to the weak side. I mean, that's old Jack Burns, who came from the Redskins, and Gibbs, and that 2 tight end system that Tice played under when he was here in '92.
3 wide receivers in for Minnesota, 5 defensive backs for the Cowboys, and on the delay, another good run for Ontario Smith. First down at the Cowboys 45. The Vikings are 5 for 6 on 3rd down conversion.
You know what? There's nothing to me better than a good old belly bumping, and this game is taking that form. Look at the offensive line there. Big Dixon was pulling. He got the kick out. Here's these guys belly bumping downfield with a defensive lineman. Cowboys have it going on for them in their run game, and Minnesota comes right back with their belly bumpers.
3 wide receivers in for Minnesota. Randy Moss comes in motion. Fake reverse. Culpepper looking. Still nobody open. Pressure from Kenyon Coleman. That got picked up. Culpepper back to the line of scrimmage. Pete Hunter there to make the stop.
Was that supposed to have been a reverse, and maybe he pulled it? It looked like the receiver stopped the route and actually started blocking downfield, Sam.
Randy came around, and Culpepper faked it into the midsection.
Well, I want you to take a look downfield and take a look at Nate Burleson. Watch the receivers here and here. Here's Moss. He's going to curl back in a reverse. Now watch these guys. They stop the route and actually start blocking right there.
Could be. Here comes Moss again. He's got it, and he's going to throw. Up in the air, wobbly ball to Marcus Robinson. Inside the 10-yard line. Randy shows his versatility.
Now I understand exactly what happened.
It wasn't a pretty pass, Bill.
Oh, that was a duck. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Minnesota duck hunters up here that got excited when they saw that thing flying through the air. But now I understand what that other reverse was for. That was just a setup for what was coming downfield. That's why Burleson really didn't run the route down there and was just blocking. That's why the other receiver, Marcus Robinson, on the other side, he wasn't really going all out either, because they set that play up for the reverse pass.
37-yard pickup. Wiggins lines up in the backfield with Ontario Smith. Smith carry. The Cowboys beat him at the 6-yard line. Brings up 2nd and goal. These teams are showing good offense. Who will come up with a big defensive plays? That's the question. On 2nd and goal, Moss and Burleson are the wide receivers. The 2 tight ends, Saucer and Wiggins. Culpepper checking off. Fake. Randy Moss. Out of bounds. Flag on the play. It's incomplete. There's a flag down. Let's find out. Pete Hunter, the man covering on the play.
Well, that pump fake was to try to freeze him. And
pass interference. Defense, number 47. Automatic first down.
Second time, Dallas pass interference on Randy Moss. I don't know. I don't know about that call.
Well, his hands were in his chest when the ball was in the air. And you know, it was close. You can play it either way, but they're tightening down on the rules. It's the way the rule is written. You're not supposed to have contact with the receiver when the ball's in the air, and he clearly did.
3 tight ends in for the Vikings as the rookie Richard Owens, number 89, joins in. 1st and goal from the 1. The play fake, Culpepper being chased by Delroy Stewart, and he's pulled down by Tony Dixon. It's an interesting call.
Yeah, well, this is just a play action. It's supposed to get outside, but this is like a can of worms in here. And these guys are all, look at them, they're all, that's a can of worms. That's what that is. And they couldn't get out clean enough by the time Culpepper wanted to get rid of the ball. Right there, there should be somebody in the clear. But Saucer couldn't get out. Wiggins couldn't get out. Nobody could get out from the pileup that ensued at the line of scrimmage.
3 wide receivers in on 2nd and goal. Mo Williams in the backfield for the Vikings. Culpepper throwing. Randy Moss, touchdown. That's almost impossible to defend. And the leap into the crowd by Moss. His 2nd touchdown catch of the game. He helped set this one up with a pass.
So much was written all week long about Randy Moss and his vendetta almost against the Dallas Cowboys for not drafting him, and he said he's beyond that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's number 10 career touchdowns versus the Dallas Cowboys for Randy Moss.
He's played 5 games against the Cowboys and scored 10 touchdowns. Morton Anderson's extra point is good. Back and forth these teams go. Each team has scored each time they've had the ball here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings lead 28-17.
For a limited time, get our best deal ever. 1,000 nationwide anytime minutes for just $39.99. Plus rollover, only from Singular. You can look around all you want. You won't find a better deal anywhere. But this deal won't be around forever, so don't look too long. And now get this new Motorola camera phone for just $49.99. But hurry, this offer ends soon. 1,000 nationwide anytime minutes with rollover. Another reason Singular fits you best.
There were 24 kidnappings in the last 6 days.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go get her.
Take your family apart piece by piece. You understand me? Piece by piece.
Denzel Washington, Man on Fire. Only Tuesday on DVD.
Got athlete's foot? Think fast. Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. If you use Tinactin or Lotrimin AF, you'll be treating for 4 long weeks. But 1 week with Lamisil AT keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. By Hummer, check out the H2, Hummer like nothing else. By IBM, making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world. And by new M3 Power from Gillette. Feel the power of the world's best shave.
You're watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in the world's finest high-definition standard. Sam Rosen, Bill Moss, Chris Myers at the Metrodome. Vikings 11-point lead. Morton Anderson's line drive kickoff taken by Jock Reeves from the 4. Finds the lane. This time he's taken down at around the 27, 28-yard line. Vikings did a better job on coverage that time.
Thank you for bringing me.
You look beautiful.
I've got an eligible beer in the cooler on Hector. Less taste, very unmacho. Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Half the carbs of Bud Light. Wow. We've also got a disproportionately hot girlfriend. I will need further review.
Hi there.
I think I could...
Oh, please.
Hey, Tina.
Oh.
Miller, good call.
The Sharp Aquas Liquid Crystal Television. Suddenly, there's more to see.
Hey, Dante, we gotta teach these other fantasy teams a thing or two about domination.
That's what's up. NFL.com. Fantasy football.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Miller. There's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
To the left of your screen, injured safety Darren Woodson of the Cowboys. He's been part-time assistant coach and part-time therapist moments ago, telling the other defensive backs, be patient. Don't let Randy Moss frustrate you. Just don't give up the big play. Our offense will keep us in it.
Thanks, Chris. Cowboys from the 28 with 3 wide receivers and Richie Anderson in. The pressure, the pass tipped and incomplete. Tipped by Chris Claiborne. As the birdie gets knocked down.
I was just laughing at Chris Myers' comment about, he's telling him, hey, don't worry, stay poised, stay in the thing. I mean, that's easier said than done when you're playing Randy Moss. There's DBs all over the National Football League. As you see Dontarius Thomas gets a shot there on Vinny Testaverde. But there's DBs all over the National Football League. They can stay poised and calm and do their keys, read their work, do all that stuff, and Randy Moss is still going to get in your head.
On 2nd and 10, Testaverde lets fly to Keyshawn Johnson, his 6th catch of the game. Up to the 35-yard line.
Dontarius Thomas right there. We got to talk to the young guy. Here's a rookie getting his first start out of Auburn, and he's fast. I mean, a fast, explosive linebacker. But in the preseason, he tackled Emmitt Smith when they played Arizona. And he says he usually talks a little bit of trash when he gets up, but he said when he saw it was Emmitt Smith, he couldn't say anything. He was just in awe. And he got home and he called all his friends. I told Emmitt Smith, good job.
It was my childhood hero.
Now he just had a shot at Vinny Testaverde. I'm sure he's up there with him.
3rd and 3. Pressure on. The pass caught by Keyshawn Johnson
for
down. First down.
Boy,
Testaverde hung in there as Lance Johnstone got him. Let's see. Holding.
Yep, defensive holding looks like.
First down anyway.
Holding, number 55 of the defense. The penalty is declined. First down.
Chris Claiborne was the man doing the holding. Matt Laird, number 68, is in for the injured Andre Gerardo, has a sprained left knee and will not return. Al Johnson, number 62, is in at center in that rotation with Tyson Walter. Al Johnson is in now. He was on IR all of last season. Steve Martin in at defensive tackle for the Vikings, number 90. The play fake, Testaverde going deep. Way down for Antonio Bryant, broken up. Brian Williams with a good play.
Boy, Corey Chavis got there in time to break it up as well, Sam. Wow. You know, that's the one thing you're going to see out of the Dallas Cowboys is they're going to have a vertical game. Watch Corey Chavis come in here and break that thing up, as well as Brian Williams got a hand on it. That was some good recovery because actually Antonio Bryant was behind both of them. It was a great job in recovery. But you're going to see the Dallas Cowboys going vertical. You know, they'll get you going with that run game, and then play action with that offensive line protecting them gives those receivers time to get downfield.
Testaverde being rushed, drops it off for Richie Anderson on the screen. Couple of blockers with him. Big gainer to the Vikings 35. Chris Claiborne took him down, but a first down for Dallas. 18-yard pickup.
I want you to take a look here at the linebackers. You know, the screen is a good play a lot of times, but it's a great play when you catch the defense in a blitz. And right here, you're going to see the blitz. See these guys coming? That's the linebackers coming. Now, if they're all upfield, there's nobody back here to get into the mix of things.
On first down, it's Richie Anderson. Flag on the play, short pickup. And we'll check out the flag. Looks like may have been holding. Chris Hovan made the stop on Richie Anderson. And it's going to be against the Cowboys.
Holding, number 76 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's on Flozell Adams, the Pro Bowl left tackle. Started 87 consecutive games.
And those are the kind of things that really get Bill Parcells riled up. You know, when you have your team and you know what your team consists of, and you're a group that's going to have to battle and battle, you can't afford mistakes. And there they are in the 35-yard line with first down and an opportunity, you know, to get down inside the red zone. And they need points. I mean, heck, it's getting late here in the third quarter. They're playing catch-up. You can't afford 10 yards going backwards.
Cowboys' fifth penalty of the game. They have three wide receivers in. Testaverde hit as he threw and got knocked down. Good pressure that time by the Minnesota Vikings. Arian Scott and Chris Claiborne with pressure on Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah, that looked like a Sam Backer blitz. That's Claiborne. Sam, of course, being the code word for strong.
Oh. That sounds good. I'll take that.
Or I could just say Sam Rosen. It's a Sam Rosen blitz. Sam Backer blitz. And that was Claiborne over the strong side, which is the tight end side, came on the blitz and got in there and batted that ball out of the hands of Testaverde as he's getting ready to throw downfield.
Here's 2nd and 20 for the Cowboys. Draw play to Richie Anderson. Stop. Lance Johnstone, who's a pass rusher by trade. He's a designated pass rusher. Well, but a good job there.
Well, when you're 2nd and 20 some odd yards, you want your pass rush group in. What he does exceptionally well is flattens. Watch him underneath and then flatten down the line of scrimmage. He takes an inside route on Flozell Adams, and once he's in the backfield, he just flattens down the line. A lot of times, guys, when they get up going upfield, they just keep going straight upfield. It's a nice recovery by Johnstone, flattening to make the tackle.
Randy Moss urging on the Vikings defense. Cowboys have two tight ends in. Two wide receivers on 3rd and 20. Testaverde heaves it deep for Keyshawn, overthrows everybody. The penalty, the holding penalty on Flozell Adams. As Keyshawn and Brian Williams go at it. The holding penalty by Flozell Adams knocked the Cowboys back, and that hurt the drive.
Now, you know what Parcells explained to him right now? He's explained to him right now what that 10-yard holding penalty cost him. How it cost him. First down on the 35-yard line, and that 10 yards going backwards ruined this whole drive.
Second punt of the game. for Matt McBriar. Fair catch, wait for it, bounces into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. There is a flag on the play down inside the 5-yard line. So first time in the second half that one team has,
you see that look,
failed to score.
You see the look on Mike Tyson's face.
It's against the Vikings. There's Pete Morelli.
12 men on the field, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Oh, is he hot?
Still fourth down.
Is he hot? Look, he is hot. Mike Tyson is flat hot.
Rusty Tillman is the special teams coach. Russian Jones is the man being lectured by Mike Tice.
Whew. I haven't seen a look like that since my ex.
Bill, don't go there.
He's hot, huh?
But you know what? He always seems to be positive with his players, even when he is upset with them.
Well, you know, they've had that whole thing since the top of the show when Ken Irvin hurt his Achilles in pregame warm-up. Their whole secondary's been mixed up.
Another chance for McBriar, and this time he pins the Vikings at around the 12-yard line. Make it the 11. Randy Moss has had a couple of touchdowns in the game. This was after a scramble, and Terrence Newman was all over him.
The very next play, he gets that little push-off, Sam. Like I said, he woke a sleeping bear.
Then there was interference by Pete Hunter. Set up a 1-yard touchdown pass. And don't forget, Randy Moss has thrown a 37-yard pass completion in the game. So a little of everything. Vikings from the 7-yard line. On the draw play, bouncing off is Mo Williams. Nowhere to go as the Cowboys wrap him up. Mo Williams, very versatile player, good receiver out of the backfield, good blocker, can play special teams.
Dallas has had some opportunities, Sam. You know, they've moved the football well, and of course they missed that field goal down there with McBriar and the hold. And then they had that penalty when on the 35-yard line and moved themselves out of field position.
Set back to the 10-yard line. Ontario Smith looking for a hole. Bounces off. Holy mackerel. Found a hole somehow. Chased down by Marcellus Wiley, but not before he picked up 20 yards on the play. Great run by Ontario Smith. That's bad tackling by the Cowboys.
Well, yeah, watch that win here. Watch, he comes right in, and see how low, there's low center of gravity right there? I mean it's almost, I don't want to compare him to Barry Sanders, a Hall of Famer, but Barry Sanders had that low center of gravity that it's almost impossible to knock him sideways. He's almost like a Weebles wobble. He'll go side to side, but he won't go down. It takes a tough, hard tackle to wrap up his legs to stop that man.
They gave him 19 yards. He's carried 9 times for 56. 3 wide receivers in. Culpepper finds Randy Moss for a first down at the 42-yard line. Check out what the Giants and Eagles are doing in Philly. JB, what's happening?
Sam and Bill, you guys have Randy Moss. Take a look. Make that Donovan McNabb, the Terrell Owens, 3rd touchdown catch of the day. Hey, Sam and Bill, no Philly wide receiver had 3 touchdown catches for the entire season last year. 31-10, Eagles over the Giants. Back to Sam and Bill.
They found a difference maker, that's for sure. 14-yard pickup on the last play. First down, Vikings at the 42. Wiggins shifted. Culpepper and Matt Burke barking out signals. This is Ontario Smith. And again, leaps through the hole and gets up to the midfield line. Pickup of 8 on the play. And a little extra.
You know, with JB telling us there about Philadelphia, you know what the Philadelphia did that New York hasn't done, that Dallas hasn't done, that Minnesota hasn't done? They found corners before they found receivers.
Vikings lead the Cowboys, end of 3 quarters.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? You're about to find out. Excuse me. Can I have my order, please?
Dodge Ram with the legendary Hemi. Loved by those who have one, dreamt about by those who don't.
Sweet.
Get the best selection of 04 Ram 1500 quad cabs with 0% APR for total savings of up to $8,100.
Get all your fall pruning jobs done with help from Menards. This Fiskars 4-piece pruning set includes shears, micro snips, pruner in case, just $4.99 after $5 rebate. The perfect pruner saw and pruner set is $7.99 after rebate. Keep your feathered friends happy with Country Mix birdseed. It's specially blended to attract a wide variety of birds. On sale, $2.44 for a 20-pound bag. Wing your way to savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If a lunar rover can get out of a ditch on the moon, if a tugboat can tow an enormous freighter, if an M1 tank can have a heavy-duty Allison transmission, then why can't your truck? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Sierra line of pickups. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Wake up with Fox 9. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Sam Rosen, Bill Moss, Chris Myers at the Metrodome on NFL kickoff weekend. We start the 4th quarter with the Vikings at midfield. 2nd and 2, leading the Cowboys 28-17. Culpepper short drop, waits, and throws for Marcus Robinson incomplete. Covered by the rookie Jacques Reeves. Marcus Robinson, who was injured and missed 3 weeks of preseason and just getting back into good shape right now. He really fills out that core of receivers.
Well, it does. And like I said, I think between the 3 of them over there on that side and the side opposite Randy Moss, between Nate Burleson, Kelly Campbell, and Marcus Robinson, you know, I really think it's for the first time they've got a good balance to the other side of the field.
3 wide receivers in. The handoff is dropped. Ontario Smith recovers, but he's tackled for a loss. And the Vikings come up short and will be forced to punt. Only the 2nd time they failed to convert on 3rd down in the game.
You know, Dante Culpepper was telling me that sometimes Ontario Smith likes to take the handoff with his hands instead of opening up his basket and putting it in there. That time it wasn't. It just bounced out of the basket. It looked like he had the wrong basket, too. It looks like he had his near side closed.
The other Australian kicker, Darren Bennett, his 10th year in the league, first with the Vikings, 2nd punt of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't seen too much of him.
Wobbly kick, taken on the run by Dedrick Ward. Gets across the 30 to the 31. And the Cowboys will try to close the gap, down by 11.
On the road to perfection, there are no highways called compromise. There are no streets named adequate. There are no shortcuts. And the next stop is 1,000,000 miles away. The new ES. Refined with a passion.
There were 24 kidnappings in the last 6 days.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go get her.
Take your family apart piece by piece. You understand me? Piece by piece.
Denzel Washington, Man on Fire. Only Tuesday on DVD.
Cold hard fact. Other beers are heat pasteurized at 140 degrees. Coors Light is always frost brewed at an icy 34. Why? Because we know you love cold beer. Coors Light, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
HP Digital Photography. Click, print, invent.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota. By HP. Welcome to HP Digital Photography. Click, print, invent. By Pepsi Edge, the new full-flavor cola with 50% less sugar and carbs. And by Subway. Living well and eating well is about making choices. Subway. Choose well.
Tuesday on Fox. Oh, yeah, the producers of Fear Factor bring you reality's most compelling new series, The Next Great Champ. Tuesday at 9, 8 Central here on Fox. Cowboys from the 33. Testaverde with time. Outside for Terry Glenn. He's inbounds with a catch at the 39-yard line.
Boy, that offensive line of Dallas does such a good job of picking up the blitz, or wherever they bring the fifth or sixth pressure from. I mean, they're just right in, honed in on it. I mean, Testaverde sits back there. Every one of his drops almost have been comfortable. Look at the horse he's on. And what I mean horse is the way he straddles his legs in his setup. He's always comfortable enough to settle into the horse.
And he hasn't been sacked in the game. 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. On second down, it's Richie Anderson. Got outside and got a first down. Up to the 46-yard line. Flag on the play. Holding against Dallas. Their 6th penalty of the game.
Holding, number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty, still second down.
That's Flozell Adams again, second time. Oh, he's steaming, is Bill Parcells right now. Let's go to the sideline to Chris Myers.
Sam, if the Cowboys come back, they'll need Testaverde to continue to air it out. When he started his 18th season, he was only the 10th NFL quarterback to do that. At age 40, one of the ways he's revitalized himself is because of a foam insert. He's had numerous foot surgeries. He designed this insert with a podiatrist from New York. He says it's helped him push off his foot better. He's overcome vertigo and other things like that, being colorblind, and he feels better than ever.
Thanks, Chris. Richie Anderson split wide. Testaverde for Jason Witten, off his hands, well covered by E.J. Henderson, the middle linebacker. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Cowboys.
Yeah, you know, Chris was talking about that insole, and, you know, for a guy that's after in his 40s, he's going to be 41 here in November, Sam, and, you know, all the wear and tear your lower extremities go through playing this game. And I don't care what position you are. You're out there, you're always on your feet, you're always running around. That spur or whatever he had underneath the ball of his feet caused such a problem, a pinched nerve for the last 2 years. He said he couldn't drop back and set up.
There's the big 3rd down play. Blitz coming. Antonio Bryant up close to the 1st down. Let's see where the spot is made. Good effort by Antonio Bryant. This is going to be very close to the 1st down line. His 5th catch. Testaverde got good protection by the offensive line.
I've been talking. You're right, Sam. They did. I've been talking about the ability for this offensive line to pick up the blitz. And when they do, Vinny Testaverde sits back there unscathed, unpressured, unchallenged, and just waits for the hot receiver. That time they brought Brian Russell on a blitz, one of the safeties.
Nose of the football. 1st down, Dallas.
And you take a look, Russell's going to come right in here. He's going to come edging up on the blitz. See him working his way up? Here comes the blitz. And look where it comes, right where he was. Antonio, they always tell the quarterback one of the things is you throw to where the blitz is coming from, because that's where there's going to be one less guy. And he just waits for Antonio Bryant to go right back where the safety was.
Empty backfield again. Anderson way wide to the left on 1st down from the 43. Testaverde short to Antonio Bryant. Hard hit by Brian Williams. Knocked him out of bounds. Just short of midfield. Oohs and ahs from the crowd on that hit. But Bryant got up after his 6th catch. Oh, these teams.
Look at this here. That's
big hit.
That's like a shot of Old Crow at 7 a.m.
Steve Martin and Chris Hovan are the tackles for Minnesota. Martin. Talk about an eye-opener. On that hit. Again, same formation. Empty backfield. Blitz coming. Outside of Keyshawn Johnson for a first down. Dallas moving the ball. Antoine Winfield on the tackle. 8 catches in the game for Keyshawn. Bill Parcells said, I don't care what happened in Tampa. They traded Joey Galloway. He knows Keyshawn. He's comfortable with him. He says he's one of the most competitive players who's ever played for him. And Keyshawn thus far off to a good start. 3 wide receivers. Richie Anderson in the backfield. Eddie George has not played in the second half. It's Richie Anderson getting outside and brought down for no gain. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, those outside perimeter runs, they're not working against Minnesota. Minnesota has some good speed at linebacker in E.J. Henderson, in Dontarius Thomas. These guys are 4'5", sub 4'5" guys. You know, they get into the perimeter.
Number 90 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's against Steve Martin, the defensive tackle. So defensive holding means an automatic first down for the Cowboys. Steve Martin brought in as a free agent.
Well, this is one of the emphasis they put in last year, is when you grab the center, you grab the guard, you don't let him get up on the linebacker. See, he didn't let his guard or center get up on the linebacker, and E.J. Henderson was the one that made the tackle. That was a good call. Nice job, umpire.
How did you handle that when you were playing nose tackle?
Well, they didn't emphasize the rule then.
Okay.
You grabbed everything you could, man.
2 tight ends in for the Cowboys, but they whistle for a timeout. 10:43 to go, 4th quarter. Vikings with an 11-point lead.
I'm Jared Fogle, and I approve this commercial. Trying to eat right. It's tough, especially when McDonald's is spending big bucks to try to get you to eat things like this. Now, I might be just one guy, but here's the truth. A Big Mac has 33 grams of fat. 33 grams of fat. Meanwhile, Subway restaurants have lots of choices, like this tasty, hot 6-inch cheesesteak sub on fresh baked bread with 10 grams of fat. 10. I made my choice. Make yours. Subway. Choose well.
When Stan Ross got 3,000 hits, he got the life of his dreams. Woo! But 10 years later, 3 of the hits don't count.
Whoa, man!
Now, I'll give him 3 more hits. The comeback begins.
That's 1.
Mr. 3000, rated PG-13, in theaters September 17th.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL, presents Patriots fan Mark Foster, who gets ready for the game with his Visa card.
This is the perfect ball for my ritual.
And his imagination.
How can I help my team? I'll be with them in spirit. So I go out in the woods. There's your opponents.
What? Let's go.
It's a workout with a mission.
He's got his Visa. He's got his football. He's ready. Visa, get ready for the game.
All cars have headlights to illuminate the road ahead. But Lexus has developed a headlight that actually rotates up to 15 degrees to reveal what's around the bend before you get to the bend. What kind of a difference can 15 degrees make? A very noticeable one.
Ted Cottrell's job is to find a way to stop Vinny Testaverde, but he spent 3 years as defensive coordinator in New York with the Jets, and Vinny was there, and they have great mutual respect and admiration for one another. That was before the game. Testaverde has passed for 271 yards. Rhett Nelson is in at cornerback number 38 for the Vikings. Pressure. Testaverde to Antonio Bryant. And the ball was wrestled away. It's incomplete. E.J. Henderson all over Antonio Bryant. Boy, Henderson has had an active game for the Minnesota Vikings in his first start at middle linebacker.
He's been everywhere, good and bad. This is a tough catch for a receiver. And normally these routes right here are Keyshawn Johnson territory. But you can see what happens. Antonio Bryant pulls that ball down as he tries to duck to get down, because he knows he's going to get clobbered in there. And he does get clobbered. And that ball pops out during the collision.
2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Two tight ends in. Richie Anderson in the backfield. Testaverde under pressure. Backing up and then throwing. Keyshawn went up to try and get it. And Brian Williams got a big piece of him and had some words afterwards. Brian Williams limping a little bit, coming off a sprained knee, but he's been a big factor.
Oh, man. These guys, receivers and DBs on both sides of the coin here, have been getting after it big time.
Well, you wonder how he can get up after that one. Look at that. Man. 3rd and 10. The rookie Darian Scott out of Ohio State. 3rd-round draft pick is in at defensive end for the Vikings. Listen to the crowd. Testaverde to Keyshawn. And he holds on after the big hit by Brian Williams for a first down. Dallas at the 19. This man is not afraid to play in traffic.
Well, first of all, they stunt up front. Watch the stunts, the twist with the linemen. They're coming after. Look at Johnstone looping around. He's standing in the middle. But the line gives him protection, and we were just talking about Keyshawn Johnson and his ability to go over the middle and the pride he takes in going over the middle. You can say a lot of things about Keyshawn Johnson, but I'll tell you a lot of things that you won't see receivers do, and that's block on the perimeter like he does and catch the ball in the middle of the field like he does.
9 catches, over 100 yards. Richie Anderson on first down, not much. Keyshawn, 9 catches, 112 yards. The ball popped loose. Vikings think it did. Was it down by contact? Was it wrestled? No, the Vikings have taken it away. It looked like Richie Anderson was down. The ball was taken away. Antoine Winfield comes out of the pile with a football.
And I just, you know, I don't understand the perimeter runs. Antoine Winfield, helmet on the ball, pops out. That's one thing I've said about this kid, that he's a corner that will tackle. A lot of corners just like to run and play cover and play man. That guy will stick his head in there.
Big defensive play by the Vikings.
Silver Premium Malt Beverages, 5% alcohol by volume. 4 flavors to share with friends and those about to be. Flavor your night.
At CDW, account managers help you choose the IT products right for you. So we read a lot of product manuals. Open. They're great. My husband likes spy novels, but give me a modular access router manual any day. Then Mama Bear routes the frame directly to the switch port. I love the way this one ends.
For the answers you need on the products you want, count on CDW for the right technology right away.
Okay, you've got NFL Sunday Ticket and 4 months of DirecTV's best programming package free.
Free? Am I dreaming?
No.
Are you sure I'm not dreaming? Because all of a sudden I'm
falling and it's kind of scary. Well, apparently you are dreaming. But the DirecTV stuff, that was real. That's great! Please wake up!
NFL Sunday Ticket only from DirecTV. Sign up now and get DirecTV's best programming package free for 4 months. It's our best offer of the year.
A special Fox Sunday movie.
I have narcolepsy. It's a sleeping disorder.
Rob Schneider is Deuce Bigelow at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Fox NFL Sundays brought to you by DirecTV. 12 million fans and counting.
First turnover of the game, Bill.
And watch number 26 stick his head in there. 5'9", cover corner guy. Isn't afraid to do that. That's worth every dime they paid for him in free agency, because they didn't have that before.
Kelly Campbell in at wide receiver for the Vikings. Culpepper off the play fake. Waiting, short to Jermaine Wiggins. Turns it upfield into a nice gain to the 33-yard line. Pick up a 14 on the play. Brady James took him down. There is Antoine Winfield, the man that the Vikings targeted. He had an agreement with the Jets, but nothing was put down on paper. Ted Cottrell helped recruit him. A couple of the players called him.
Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss.
Two tight ends for the Vikings. Wiggins in motion. Culpepper checking off. Mo Williams behind Matt Burke. Slipped a couple of tackles, gets up to the 37-yard line. Leroy Glover made the stop. We haven't called Leroy Glover's name much. Pro Bowl tackle.
Not since the first series. You know, and you know, that offensive line in Minnesota plays so well, and they've been playing together for a long time. You know, Leroy Glover's been a guy, and they're thin at defensive tackle. He's had to play a ton. Leonardo Carson is out. He's suspended. So it leaves them. They had him get Chad Eaton, number 99. They signed him literally like 2 weeks ago. And they said, yeah, well, you need a guy who's going to come in and play 20, 25 snaps a game. He's playing primarily the whole game now.
Mo Williams limping off. And earlier I mentioned they picked up Chris Cooper, a defensive end from the Oakland Raiders, in a deal last night. He has not joined the team, but will be with them tomorrow. Ontario Smith in the backfield. 2nd and 5 for the Vikings.
This is a shot down. This is where you take a shot.
Culpepper. Nate Burleson to the Cowboys 44-yard line. Terrence Newman made the tackle, but Culpepper has spread it around beautifully today. And Kleinsasser gets up limping. That's a bad sign.
Well, his knee was bothering him after the first series, actually. He's been hopping around out there. I think he stung it again. But, you know, that's that compliment I told you about Sam on the other side. And I said, you know, heard me say right before there, this is a shot down. This is where you take your shot. At 2nd and 5, you have the opportunity to go ahead and spread these guys out and take a shot downfield, because you're going to have the opportunity 3rd and 5 to come back and do whatever you want with Dante Culpepper behind center.
Rookie free agent tight end Richard Owens, number 89, is in. Culpepper deep for Kelly Campbell. What a catch! Touchdown Vikings! A spectacular catch by a speedy Kelly Campbell. 5 touchdown passes in the game. A personal best for Dante Culpepper.
I hope if you had him, you played him in your fantasy football league.
Whoa! Dante putting that one out there. Man, have we seen some catches.
I was talking about that other wide receiver position and what a compliment I think it's going to be to this year. There's flags on the field because of demonstration. You know, that's the one thing they're going to enforce, is demonstrating.
That's what Mike Tice is upset about. One player can celebrate. Once you get something involving 2 or more players that's choreographed with dancing, they're going to flag them.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct. Taunting. 68-12. The touchdown is good. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
That's Mike Tice wanting to enforce discipline on his team. He's got some young players. Campbell is the guy that you always hear in the locker room. Then Dante Culpepper, 43-yard touchdown pass to Kelly Campbell. Campbell's first catch of the game. And Culpepper's 5th touchdown pass of the game. And the Vikings, ranked number 1 in offense last season, pick it right up this season. 35-17. Culpepper gets time and puts it right out there. Kelly Campbell, great catch.
I believe I'd have to celebrate with him. That was one heck of a catch.
On the road to perfection, there are no highways called compromise. There are no streets named adequate. There are no shortcuts. And the next stop is a million miles away. The new ES. Refined with a passion.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come.
Introducing Pepsi Edge with Splenda brand sweetener. With great taste from Pepsi and about half the sugar and carbs of Coke, wouldn't you rather have a Pepsi Edge?
He went from high school dropout to one of the richest men in the world.
The name's Branson. Sir Richard Branson.
Branson created a global empire with the fearlessness of a true maverick. But his adventurous spirit is not just limited to business. He's also made a career of living life to the fullest. Now, this billionaire has a new show, just as exciting as his life.
We're not selling lemonade.
When 16 contestants go around the world to test their business sense and sense of adventure. This fall, the ultimate risk taker is taking us all on a reality challenge beyond anyone's imagination except his.
Absolutely brilliant.
And it's all to win the biggest prize in reality TV history, the Rebel Billionaire, Branson's quest for the best Fox Ball.
Kelly Campbell averaged 20 yards, 20.1 yards per reception last season.
Led the NFL.
That's right. Scored 4 touchdowns. And in his first catch today, a touchdown. Morton Anderson kicking off from the 15. Cowboys will get good field position. On the return, Rashard Lee gets across the 45-yard line.
Well, you mentioned Kelly Campbell, and I mentioned Marcus Robinson and Nate Burleson, and I think for the first time, as you can see the numbers, when Chris Carter was here, I was pretty even. How they got it to both receivers. In the last 2 years, way lopsided to Randy Moss, and teams figured out ways to slow him down. But today, the balance that they're showing that they're going to have this year, first to Robinson, then to Campbell, and Nate Burleson's going to get in this fold as well, folks. Boy, that's a lot of powerful weapons for you on a balanced offense.
Testaverde as the Cowboys have a long way to come back. Jason Witten on the reception, a first down for Dallas at the Vikings 43.
Take a look today at the receivers. Those receptions today.
And Culpepper is connected with 9 different receivers in the game. Ontario Smith, a touchdown. Randy Moss has scored 2. Kelly Campbell. Cowboys at the Vikings 43. Under pressure, Testaverde's arm was hit. Kenichi Udeza got in there. He's shaking up a little bit as he was being blocked on the play, but he got a piece of Testaverde.
Well, he stuck his arm out there. His body was going one way, and he stuck his arm out to get a piece of Testaverde. That's Kenichi Udeza. He's the first-round draft choice. Look at him get the jump on Tucker, but right there, see how he sticks that arm out? Now it falls on as well, but I think the damage was done as his body was flying by and his arm stretched out, caught a piece of it.
He dropped down in the draft. A couple of teams were interested, but he had shoulder problems and had surgery. Everything was fine, but he dropped down, and the Vikings were thrilled to get him.
Well, he's dropped down right now.
Right now he's hurting.
And you mentioned that shoulder, and that's what happens to pass rushers when your arm's extended like that and your body's going as fast as it possibly can one direction, and all of a sudden you stick it out and it hits a stop sign. Something's got to give.
Well, something's going to give in postseason baseball on Fox beginning October 5th. It's the Division Series, and then exclusive coverage of the Championship Series in the American and National League, and of course the World Series. It's all on Fox. Coming down to the wire.
Yes, it is. And Barry Bonds, who smacked $6.99 today.
Man.
$6.99 today, Sam.
That's incredible. Just an incredible number. Vinny Testaverde, his 28th career 300-yard game. 23 for 41, 304 yards, 1 touchdown. Richie Anderson is split out wide. Testaverde looking, nobody open. Chased by Kevin Williams. Oh, man. Looked like the rodeo. First sack of the game, and Kevin Williams, who had 10.5 last year, got him.
Did you see that 315-pound man move? Watch 93. He never stopped. He's battling, hands up in the pass lane, and then when he sees a break, he takes off and runs down Vinny Testaverde. Folks, he's 315 pounds. You know, most of you 315-pounders are on the offensive side of the ball, lumping around a little bit.
The word in the locker room and amongst the coaches is he doesn't know how good he can be.
I'm telling you, as a old defensive tackle, that's it.
Flags on the play, and the play is stopped. False start against the Dallas Cowboys. So penalties have been a problem.
False start. 77 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
The right tackle, Torrin Tucker, called.
Yep. And you know why? Because he's having a tough time with the speed of Kenichi Udeza. I'm sorry. He's way outside here. And Kenichi Udeza is getting the jump, Sam, on him. With this crowd noise up and a team having to score a lot of points and score quickly, that's advantage defensive line always. I mean, your ears are pinned back and you're coming after that quarterback.
7 penalties for the Cowboys. They have to get to the Vikings 33 for a first down. Testaverde lets it fly for Terry Glenn, and he almost had it. He was well covered by Brian Williams. Glenn almost had it, just couldn't hang on as he came down. This is a good battle right here. Just fell out of his hands. Brian Williams has had an active game. For a guy who was supposed to be the nickel back and coming off a sprained knee, he has played a lot since Kenny Irvin got injured in the pregame warm-ups. Third punt of the game for Matt McGuire. Heads for the sideline and bounces out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. At the 21 is where they'll spot it with a little over 5 minutes to go. Bill Parcells and what he has ahead of him. In the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing well today against the Giants. Parcells worked his magic last season in Dallas to get his team to the playoffs. Joe Gibbs got a win with Washington on opening day. He's got Mark Brunell as his #1. The Giants have the quarterbacks, the veteran 2-time Super Bowl winner, MVP, the 2-time league MVP and Super Bowl champion, Kurt Warner, and the young quarterback of the future, Eli Manning. Washington will be at the Giants next week. Ontario Smith up to the 25-yard line. Chris Myers has an injury update. Chris?
Jimmy Kleinsasser has a right knee injury. He's out for the rest of the game. And Mo Williams has a right ankle sprain. He also is out for the rest of the game. Sam?
Now to look at Kleinsasser with an ice bag on his knee. There's Mo Williams giving way to Ontario Smith. 2 tight ends in. Richard Owens, the rookie out of Louisville, and Jermaine Wiggins. Vikings have a big lead, and time winding down on the Cowboys. Ontario Smith behind David Dixon. Knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line, close to the 32. It'll be a first down for Minnesota.
Well, you know, you want a 4-minute back when you get in this situation. You know, you're up 35-17. And Ontario Smith has to learn, keep the ball in bounds. You know, I'm putting you out here. I'm going to run the ball. We're going to pad your stats. You're going to have some nice numbers. All I ask you is don't fumble it and stay in bounds.
Vikings have a tough game in their second one. It'll be Monday night, a week from Monday, at the Eagles. Ontario Smith again, that time hit hard. Good tackle by Leroy Glover. Minnesota Vikings looking to get that good start as they did last season. The Cowboys have not been able to win on opening day since 1999.
Lost their
Well, they
last
started
two
out
opening
with
days.
the right idea, Sam, and that was control the ball. But you know what? Penalties started creeping up on them. Mistakes started creeping up on them. And you can't come here and play this Minnesota Viking team in this atmosphere and make those kind of mistakes and have penalties.
Ontario Smith for a couple of yards. The big one to me, Bill, they're up 3-0. They have a 21-play drive, come down and stall, and then the rookie holder, the punter, Matt McBriar, fumbles the snap, and then got an intentional grounding penalty when he did a Gary Apremian and threw the ball away, and the Vikings turned it around, scored a touchdown.
Right. That's, you know, you're talking a 10-point swing. And with that swing came out a lot of air, because I think they had a little momentum going with them. They could have connected with that, kicked a field goal. You're up 6-0, controlling the clock, the ball, the time of possession, all that stuff. Your plan is working. But when that fell apart, I think it took a lot of wind out of their sails.
On third down, the Cowboys stop Ontario Smith and force the Vikings to punt. Not much time remaining for Dallas. The Cowboys will be home next week as they take on the Cleveland Browns. Winding down to the 2-minute warning. And disappointment written on the faces of the Cowboys. They knew they had a tough one coming in. They showed some things on offense, but defensively they got burned by the passing of Dante Culpepper. 2 minutes remaining.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by SVC, going beyond the call.
SBC, going beyond the call.
At Lexus, we realize that no car can control the elements. But that didn't stop our engineers from designing one that actually embraces them.
Love this spot. Pop? Yes, sir? Something I gotta tell you.
I've got unbeerman-like conduct on Timmy. Giving Dad a beer with less taste, that's a loss of respect. Inheritance, decline. Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Half the carbs is Bud Light. We've also got unoriginal tattoo on Timmy, tribal armband design.
Everybody's got
attempting
one.
to fit in. Play beer.
Miller. Good call.
Randy Moss has never lost to the Dallas Cowboys.
And he's been a big part of the reason.
That's right. Darren Bennett's third punt of the game. Pressure on him, but he gets it away, and it's a beauty. Dedrick Ward waves for the fair catch and takes it to 23. Randy Moss, this is his 5th game against the Dallas Cowboys. He has burned them for 10 touchdowns. He had a huge game on Thanksgiving a couple of years back. 3 catches, all for touchdowns. All were longer than 50 yards. They haven't found a way to stop him. And today, though he's caught 4 passes for only 27 yards, he's caught 2 touchdown passes. 10 touchdown passes against the Cowboys in 5 games. And in 1:54 seconds, it'll be 5-0, Randy Mawson against the Cowboys. That pass by Testaverde gets knocked down.
You know, for Minnesota, I got the opportunity to see what I expected I would see offensively. Great offensive line, a great offensive unit, the tight ends that can play, the H-backs, the stable of running backs, which we've seen with Ontario Smith. We saw Mo Williams. We saw Moeldy Moore, Randy Moss, and the complement of receivers on the other side. That's been exciting to me.
Richie Anderson gets pulled down as he goes out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and the way he came down, he may have twisted his knee. Pulled down from behind, and he's holding that right knee. Not a good sign. This is a very important player for the Dallas Cowboys.
Take your time with it, guys. Take your time with it.
As a running back, receiver, picks up the blitz well, trying to run it off. Eddie George played in the first half, has not played in the second half. And
Been a
what
lot
we
of,
can tell, it's coach's decision.
It's been a lot of Rashard Lee.
Yeah. Lee had one great series. Testaverde under pressure, connects with Terry Glenn, and he rolls up to the 46-yard line. Fourth catch of the game for Terry Glenn. Clock moving at 1.5 minutes to go.
The other thing I've seen that's very encouraging about Minnesota is their defensive play, Sam. You know, Kenichi Daisy. I mean, heck, there's a guy that can come off the edge. You have the speed at linebacker. E.J. Henderson had a heck of a ball game. He was everywhere.
Ball start. Number 77 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still, first down.
Antoine Winfield as well. I'm sticking his head in there, causing the fumble. But I think the one thing you can see is that this team still needs to grow. Still needs to come together. Yeah, they had a comfortable lead throughout the most part of this game. On the other side, you see the Dallas Cowboys. I see some good things there as well.
The thing about Minnesota is that when Dallas came back at them, the Vikings responded. Testaverde hits Terry Glenn again. He's out of bounds at the Vikings 48-yard line. Good start to the season for the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas seems to need to come together defensively, Bill. There's still some big question marks there.
Well, I mean, yeah, they came into the game knowing they're going to have question marks when you have two new guys in the secondary and you're facing Randy Moss. But they kept him, for the most part, pretty quiet. It's the other things that they didn't do well.
But did they do too much to stop Moss and too little to stop the others?
Exactly. And I don't think they realize when you play Minnesota Vikings and you're a defensive back in this league, the only thing you're thinking about is 84. But as we talked about throughout the program, is Minnesota now has the complements on the other side. And you have to account now for Nate Burleson, for Marcus Robinson, and Kelly Campbell.
Testaverde hit after he released. Antonio Bryant with the catch and out of bounds at the Vikings 38-yard line. Vikings a week from tomorrow at Philadelphia, then home against Chicago. Then it's the bye. They hope to have Michael Bennett back after that. They may be losing Ontario Smith to suspension. Kenny Mixon, we haven't mentioned him. He's suspended for the first 2 games. He'll be back working with the team, or at least he'll be with the team attending meetings beginning Monday. So that will their defense. Oh, I hate to talk about guys being suspended and outright.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
But it's a fact. It's a fact of life.
This guy's out, this guy's in, he'll be back, then he goes.
We forget how young these guys are at times.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still, first down.
That'll be something that'll frost Bill Parcells no end. That's 8 penalties in the game. 9 penalties, excuse me. Over 100 yards in penalties. Yeah, 119 to be exact.
These guys got a long week of that look right there.
Dedrick Ward is in at wide receiver. Keyshawn Johnson has certainly had a good game for Dallas. Testaverde stepping up, and it's incomplete. Today's game produced by Michael Burks, directed by Rich Russo, associate director Tom Yohe, broadcast associate Dara Wang, technical producer Frank Phillips, studio show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown, and the executive producers are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Our spotter in the booth as usual, is Gary Lynn, our statistician in the booth, Emmett McGuire. Thanks to them. This is Rashard Lee straight ahead. No gain on the play. Rashard Lee had the one terrific series. Julius Jones was inactive today. He'll certainly be part of the Cowboys' future in their running game. Fans boo as the Cowboys call a timeout with 31 seconds to go in the game.
From Hollywood, it's the NFL Newlywed Game. Let's meet today's contestants. From Atlanta, here's Michael Vick and new coach Jim Mora. The two newest Denver Broncos, John Lynch and Champ Bailey. From the Bears, Brian Urlacher and new coach Lovie Smith. And from the Giants, it's Kurt Warner and Eli Manning. And here's the host of the NFL Newlywed Game, Rich Eisen.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the NFL Newlywed Game.
Mike Tice got his team over the hump. A huge disappointment at the end of last season. His players have come in ready. They had good preseason camp. There was a hit on Antonio Bryant. He fumbled and turned the ball over. Vikings recover. Second turnover of the game for the Dallas Cowboys. Bryant had made the catch, and Brian Williams involved on the play. Let's see. Russell and Williams combine on the hit.
But Brian Williams, for a guy that was just going to be a nickelback coming into the game until the injury to Ken Urban in the pregame warmups, and he was forced to play the entire game. I mean, he has gone out and lit some people up today.
Darian Scott, the rookie out of Ohio State, made the recovery on the fumble. Culpepper takes the knee. Eddie George, brought in to be a key running back, ran in the first half, ran well while he was in the game, but didn't play in the second half. I don't think he'll be too happy about that. But the Minnesota Vikings, with 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, added to that another touchdown in the fourth quarter. Huge game for Dante Culpepper, a career-high 5 touchdown passes, defeat the Dallas Cowboys 35-17. We're taking you to San Francisco right now to Kurt Menefee and Tim Green.
Well, for those of you who saw the Minnesota Vikings knock off the Dallas Cowboys, we've got a good finish here in San Francisco as the Falcons led 14-0, then 21-6 here in the fourth quarter. But the 49ers came all the way back, just scored the touchdown, but missed the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. And now